Today, you've heard a lot of what we've been trying to change and work, and you've seen a lot of involvement from a lot of different groups and a lot of different people, and a lot of people very passionate about how we change the healthcare approach with this. The first two summits, Shelly and I went into detail on Jordan's story, and we told what had happened. That's recorded. I don't really want to do that today. One thing that we've never really touched on, that's the grief side of it. Anybody that's lost somebody very close, you know exactly what I mean. And you don't expect your children to go before you. You spend your whole life trying to get them where they're self-sufficient and they can go on without you. You never expect the opposite. So going through grief and the loss of a child it's as bad as you could imagine. But God seems to pick you up when you're having a bad day. There's a lot of days you don't want to get out of bed. First day of school that Jordan missed, I didn't get out of bed till 3:30. I didn't really care if I got up that day. So as a couple, you're trying to help each other out, and God seems to put people in your path that reach out to you out of the blue, out of nowhere, and do something for you that just it makes it bearable for a few days. And the next person I'm going to introduce, he did that for us. And for that, Shelly and I will be forever grateful. I'd like to introduce Mr. Kyle Carpenter. He's in the band called The Scheme, and they've been based out of London. And Shelly and I met Kyle probably 6 months after Jordan passed away. His father, Harvey Carpenter, actually did Jordan's funeral. And that's how we got to know Harvey, and we started going to his church. He had shared Jordan's story with Kyle. We met Kyle, and he'd actually gone back to London, and they wrote a song. And I'm going to invite him up here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the whole process. And then he's actually going to play the song for us before we go to lunch. Kyle?
So I'm Kyle Carpenter from Scheme, and as Steve says, how I originally met Steve and Shelly was my dad is a pastor, and he did Jordan's funeral. And when I came back from London, probably about a half a year after that, I met Steve. We went out to lunch quite a few times and kind of got to know each other. I got to know a lot about Jordan and his story. And it was a Sunday morning, actually. We were at church. I was with Bill Verling. He's here right at the front. And he came to me and he said, "Hey, I would love to ask you something, if you can do something. Would it be possible if you would either try and write a song or do something in memory of Jordan, or just kind of write a tune?" I thought, okay, well, that's a good idea. I don't really know what to say, but I can definitely take that idea with me. So I took that idea back to London with me and my band, and we actually went to Berlin, Germany to do some writing. And on the very last day, we ended up kind of really trying to write this song about Jordan. I told them the story. I told them about Steve and Shelly and what I knew about Jordan. And we ended up writing a song called Jordan Smile. And so I came back to London, and it was a couple of months in between this time, but it just so happened that we were able to record the song and give it to Steve and Shelly on Shelly's birthday. And I got a text message that morning. I said, "Hey, it would be really cool if Shelly's birthday is today. I was actually in a recording session. Do you think you can get this done?" And we did it all of that same day. It all happened to come together perfectly. And so I was able to do that, and I would like to play you guys the song and hope that you enjoy it.
Time moves so fast, just can't make it last. Saying everything has a reason, it's hard to hear when your heart is broken. Moved on to a better place, God's plan in time and space. Everyone's saying all the right things, but my heart is still broken. But when you look up into the sky at the stars shining bright, you will see Jordan smile. Ooh, you will see Jordan smile. Trying to understand, wonder if we ever can. But then I see your face, I think of you and my heart is open. But when you look up into the sky at the stars shining bright, you will see Jordan smile. Ooh, you will see Jordan smile. Ooh, do we ever really lose love? Do we ever really lose love? Or does it just become a part of us? A part of us. And when you look up into the sky at the stars shining bright, and when you look up into the sky at the stars shining bright, you will see Jordan smile. Ooh, you will see Jordan smile. Ooh, moved on to a better place, God's plan in time and space.
Thank you.